it's so fascinating, your story. So basically you went to South Bank University and you had debts of about how much coming out?
It was about 38,000, I believe.
Right, 38,000, and you've spent the years since paying the instalments.
Yep.
And how, so that's about 5 years since, or?
5, 6 years.
5, 6
yep.
years, and how much is the debt now?
Just over 41,000.
So you've been paying it off and it's been going up.
Yeah.
And obviously the answer to that is interest rates.
Yeah.
And the interest rate you're paying is what, do you know?
Well, I looked at my yearly statement for the year just gone, and I had made, I think, £2,080 worth of payments.
Okay.
£2,044 of that was interest. Wow. So I paid off £40.
So it's a 7% interest, I think. So it's a quite a nasty interest rate, that.
Yes,
and
huge.
A lot of people watching would say, well, if you've been on Love Island, you're rich, because that's something. That's not quite how it works, is it?
No, I mean, you can determine how much money you make by how much work you get and how lucky you got with screen time. And I get the debt that I have, it doesn't go against me in terms of my credit and whatnot. I could have paid that student debt off, but I wouldn't have been able to have bought a house if I had done that. So you do have to kind of weigh it up. But still, seeing that balance going up every year and knowing that I'm making payments each month, it's disheartening.
And what are you calling for the government to do?
Well, I was, unfortunately, of the year where I was the first year that had to do £9,000 a year rather than £3,000. I would love to see that go back down to £3,000 and for everyone to be backdated. I constantly hear how, well, you're never going to pay it off anyway, it gets wiped after X amount of years. If that's the case, why are we adding interest that we know we're never going to pay back anyway?
I wonder whether it's a disincentive to people to get jobs where they will have to pay it off.
Of course, you mustn't forget what happened with those student loan fees, by the way. Nick Clegg and the Lib Dems said in the 2010 election, we will not increase tuition fees. Yeah. The first thing they did in government was triple them.
Well, they didn't just say it. They had a massive board and he signed something. And they all but one signed it, the late Charles Kennedy. Everybody else signed it. And they've deservedly got hammered for that. But the trouble is, the student loan bill currently is £182 billion. That's nearly double the size of the NHS. And some people, when they go to university, will get very highly paid jobs and can easily pay off the loans. Great, you've got a house already, that's terrific. A lot of people who've left university after 5 or 6 years will still be in rented accommodation. You could have used your money to pay the loan back quicker. So that was your choice. The unfairness. I can see what's going on here, Salia. The unfairness of you pay stuff off and the debt goes up.
I mean, that is horrible, knowing that all of that money that you have put in has gone into interest, and you've only paid off what was it, 40 something? Did you say?
£40.
£40. That's shocking. I'm going to tell you. I went to medical school, and yes, I went at the time where fees were lower, but it was still 5 years of very expensive. And I did take a loan. I'm still paying it off. I'm still paying it off.
What was the total? Can you give us an idea of the total?
God, I'm terrible. I don't know, but it's around about 17,000, 18,000 at the moment.
I wonder whether we're lucky here. I was talking to an American woman who'd graduated, about the same age as you actually, and she did law, so I guess maybe that's more. Her debt was $250,000.
It's huge.
It's the rest of their lives.
Also, for a while, the interest rates went up to 12.5%, which was outrageous. They've now been pegged back to 7.5%. But we all know interest rates have been at an historic low for such a long time. So how did they become so high in the student loan arena?
I know that Andy said it's a lot of money, but we discovered during furlough that there is a magic money tree, and they can just print it. And I wonder whether they should just print the money to pay the whole lot off and start again. Would you agree with that?
Well, the other thing is, I have managed to buy a house, and that was incredible. But I had done
well
that.
done you for doing
well done.
that.
Thank you. But I had done that, and I'm under no illusion. I've done that under sheer luck.
Hard.
I got on Love Island by some mad stroke of luck. That wasn't because of what I learned at uni.
No, you make your luck.
You do.
Exactly.
I suppose. But I mean, what I'd done at uni, I suppose it's helped me in terms of media training, media knowledge and X, Y, Z. But that's just, I'm one of millions that have now gone to uni and are now left with this amount of debt. And if you think we're in a cost of living crisis, when I was earning, I suppose, the average wage, I was paying, I think, maybe £60 a month that gets taken out of your wage by the government. And for a household, if you've got 2 graduates, that's £120 a month.
Yeah.
That's now coming out of that household. That's petrol.